everyone, welcome back to Nerd Goblin Art. I'm Lula. Right, I recently had a delivery from Temu of these charms, and I noticed the witches on broomsticks and the hats, and I thought that they'd make really cool jewellery. Well, all of it will, but I thought in particular the two, because there's a few of the witches on broomsticks, that they would make great earrings, and the witches' hats could be a necklace, so a lovely little set. So I'm just using my tool to snip off the little hoops. It's easily done, but you have got to be careful because I have decapitated more than one charm. Not today though, I'm quite good. And now I'm just using a nail file to get down any sharp edges, not for hurting because they're going to be going in resin, but to get rid of the actual obviousness that there was a hook there. These ones have come off quite easily. I'm using the cutting part of my tool. Sometimes it's just a case of using the needle nose of them and you just pull them off, but it's not too difficult. Oh, and did you know you can follow me on both Facebook or Instagram, and the link is in the description. So there you go, quick snip. I have no idea where those bits go. They just fly away and hopefully I hoover them up later. And just a quick file just to get rid of the evidence of it being a charm. And as if by magic, ta-da! Okay, so I'm using my jewellery tray. I've got my lamp and I've got some bits. A few different things. I've got nail art pieces just to go through. And I've got those ready. So I'm going to make a necklace and matching earrings. Unfortunately, on this tray, that's JDiction UV resin I'm using. On this tray, the size that I want the earrings, there's only one size. I haven't located the same size. I'm maybe being me. And I could have done two at a time, I guess, if I'm wrong. It probably is the same size. But I end up doing one necklace and one earring at a time. So what I'm doing first is I'm just putting a bit of the UV resin in to start off with. I do have the like mirror attachment, so I don't really need to do both sides with this particular lamp. It's fine. So I'm just showing you now that I've pulled out some stars and moons, purple stars, this cool tawny up stuff. One gives like an opal effect, the other is a rainbowy effect. And these are nail arts from Temu and Amazon, I think you can get them from, which I find useful. I'm not going to use everything you see. So I'm just putting some resin in the tray again and onto the hat. This is for me trying to alleviate any bubbles that might become a problem. Now, I put some resin on the witch ready and into the tray. And now, when I put it in, I realised that the first lot of resin I put in was too much. I couldn't get the witch to sit properly and I wouldn't have been able to get any background into her. So I decided the best thing to do was just cure the necklace part for now and just pop out the other piece of resin and put it aside. I do keep bits like that in a tub because they might be useful for frogs and stuff like that. You never know. So I'm going to use these stars. They're really pretty. This is a big bag that you can get from Temu. They're brilliant. They have a really lovely effect in necklaces and stuff. I've not been let down by it. So I'm putting a lesser amount of resin in the smaller space for the witch on the broom to sit on. And I apologise, I will learn how to edit out some bits, so I'm just doing more speedy with the lamp timing. So I'm going to be doing 2 different effects on each set. This first set I'm doing the purple stars, curing that, and then in the back I'm putting in the colourful like rainbow chopped up bitties that you can buy. It's like ribbon type stuff, but it gives a really different effect as well. It's quite a pretty effect. So adding that, because this is part of the same set, we'll be doing different for the other one. So I've added the stars to the witch. I was going to show you the lamp, but I changed my mind. You can see the lamp, it's fine. So there we go, and popping in the shredded paper stuff and using my long lighter for bubbles. You will get bubbles when you're mixing things in, and whilst we're waiting we shall be entertained by these awesome dancers. Okay, so they're cured. You will get a better look, I promise. So it's a great little effect. So I can start on now with the other necklace, the other pendant I should say. Look, you could back it in black if you wanted to, but I think it's quite nice as it is. And I did get a little bit of overpour, so I'm just using my craft knife even to get rid of any extra bits. The earrings will be the studs, so we'll be putting studs on in a bit as well. So in goes the witchy poo, and in will go another hat. So when you're putting the resin in, just check it for bubbles. You can't guarantee once you've put the piece in that you're not going to get a few of little, you know, a few tiny little ones, but that's okay. It's rare when you do put the resin on first off. It's rare. So this one is part of the first set, and now for this one, which is going to be the other set, I'm putting in the stars and moons. I didn't realise, because again these are from Temu, but when I was putting them in I realised that some of the moons are really thick. They haven't been cut properly, so I was trying to be careful and I was trying to pull out a few different, you know, the smaller ones, and I'm using the more the whiter ribbon, which it has different colour flexes basically in it to go behind that particular hat. It's really pretty. Like I said, when you put the white ribbon in, you do often get almost like a pearl effect if you put certain backings on it, which I've done so in the past. When I tapped that the pendant, I realised it felt still a little bit soft, so I was happy for it to go back under the lamp for an extra cure. There, you see that I get a something metal in general, usually a dotting tool, just to check that it's cured enough. And if I note that it's not, as you know, I'm not happy with the tap, I'll either turn up the heat or just pop it under again. So this is the first matching earring to that second pendant. So with the stars, I don't believe I've managed to get around putting any moons in really. It's mainly stars and silver dots. I just thought I'd do a little extra pendant just for the fun of it, because I'm going to be making more fun, like Halloween-y based jewellery in the next couple of weeks as well. I'm also going to be having a go at making ear stretchers as well. I've already started practicing, but I want to look into it more in regards to people wearing ear stretchers with resin made ones, I guess. So again, just putting the whitey coloured ribbon into the earring one, and I've just used from the nail art box. Here's a cute set. I've just used from the nail art box a mixture of like stars, and I didn't notice, I thought they were bats. But it turns out they were little moustaches, which is a strange thing to have for Halloween, I guess, fancy dress or whatever. I thought they were bats. So in goes the last earring for that little set that we're making. And I decided to go with the rainbow ribbony stuff for the back of that pumpkin pendant. I just pulled it out quickly. So getting this ready for the witchy poo, so she matches the others. And what's cool about using these silicone little cups is that you can just cure it up afterwards. So you don't waste any resin, and I can just put the leftover little dots and blotches and stuff in my jar that I use for bits and pieces and fillers and stuff. So I tapped the bigger pendant again, and obviously because the amount of stuff's in there, you know, the UV needs to reach through, so I thought, no, you can stay in there, have another little blast under. I am putting the lamp on for the 60 seconds, but after I'm done making the video, I do put them all under together for about a good 5 minutes. And if they feel sticky at all, we've got a curing station. There's the other one. We do have a curing station because we have a 3D printer, and I'll often put them in there because I can fit loads in at once and it turns. So I'm just using some flat bales, and I'm just going to use, on this occasion, I'm just using some resin. I've run out of glue. It is on its way, but I'm gonna coat the back like this. I'm doming the back. I used my torch initially to make sure the spot I put it in I was happy with, and now I'm doming the back. And just to reduce any chances of mess, just using my torch just to make sure it's not going to go leaking over the sides, so I'm not having to do like one at a time. So just tidying this one up. And again, I'm doming, and I'm going to put the stud piece on the back. I can see through I can see through the back of where the charm is sitting, so I'm not too worried about positioning. The pendants you can't see as well, so I do look at those. Wasn't a great deal of trimming to do on these. It's mainly the bits, you know, the ribbony bits. If you don't poke them down enough, sometimes they can be sticking out to the top. But it's just teasing the resin to the edges, just like that. I'm not too worried about bubbles at the back. If there's any big ones, I will pop them. But there's no need really, not for the little ones. But if you are so inclined and really want to, you can. So this is the pendant for the other set, and I'm doing the same thing. So I'm going to position it. And on this one, I can actually see through, so I can tell where to put it. And again, I'm gonna coast. You know, you obviously use your glue and such, but I honestly don't think that these bales will go anywhere because they're actually sitting within the resin now. So another one goes under, and we've got our earrings. I'm not actually cutting, I'm just smoothing off the edge from any sharpness. and just making sure there isn't any like dips or stuff in the corners. That can happen quite often with this jewellery tray, I find, is sometimes you can just miss a bubble can form. And the last of the earring set. And there you go. It's absolutely... I've been making jewellery a while now, and I've done this with quite a few pieces and there's been no issues. But I do have some new glue arriving tomorrow. So this one I did have a bit more of an overflow on, and I'm just carefully, obviously it's sped up, I am very careful with my craft knife, just getting rid of any extra on the side, but it's just fun. And I think when I do these over the next couple of weeks, I think I will be backing them with black. I think they'll look a lot better, and I think they'll be fun. Definitely with ear stretchers, I've had quite a few people asking me about ear stretchers because they can't seem to find any that are fun and a little bit different. So I've got a mould and I'm looking into it. I've tried a few in there, but like I say, I'm unsure. I'm guessing that it's just a case of, you know, on the packaging or whatnot saying that it is UV resin and not, you know, recommended for first time ear stretchers. So they're going to go under for a 60, I think the 60 or 90 second blast. And like I say, after the video's done, I put them under for 5 minutes. And I did actually put these all into our curing station. You could just put them under. I do have those lights, like the UV lights for people use for nail art. I don't do nails, but it's a really useful lamp I got from Amazon. And occasionally I'll just sit them on a tray and have the light on, so I can put it on for a couple of hours. If you don't have any of those things and you're still finding stickiness, you could always, if you do have a sunny day, put them out in the sunshine. Or a Daniel Cooper thing is putting them in a bowl of water and shining the UV light on. I've tried it. It's made a difference occasionally, but I still need to figure out the temperatures and stuff like that if I'm doing it right at all. So there's the necklaces, well, the pendants and the matching earrings, and then our rogue pumpkin. I hope you enjoyed. Look out for the glamour shots. Love you. Stay weird.